place I've ever been.
Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley Trading Recap. Today is April 15th. We made $186 or just under 0.5% on our account. So relatively good day, but the momentum today again just really slowed down. The last few weeks have been very slow. And so yeah, we kind of had that same problem today. Whereas if you were looking on the momentum scanners throughout the day, there just wasn't really much stuff picking up, and the stuff that was picking up were barcode stocks. If we go on this one, it's kind of like this. I imagine it's the same with this one, yeah, where they're just not tradable stocks. And some that are moving, because there's so little momentum, some that are moving move so strong that they don't really respect the deviations as much. And the problem with it as well is you can't even short them on a lot of brokers. Like I use interactive brokers, and they're just not available to locate. So that's a main problem we're having right now. So we're getting stuck to stick to a few trades, and even one when I go through CLEU, we had a problem with that, which I'll go through. So we'll start off going biggest to largest. BTN wasn't actually one trade, we traded this twice. So let's get straight into it. BTN, yeah, so we shorted the first set at 445. I think, yeah, this was right at the open basically. We shorted at 445, and this was basically ended up being a scalp. Went against us by 2 cents, and then faded down to the VWAP, which is where we sold. Main reason being for this is it wasn't our actual entry point. We were just trading the $0.5 resistance, so we didn't even want to wait for any more. It was more just a scalp trade. We were waiting for a pullback, but it was more just to make sure if it pulled back early like it did here, we had some size. So that made us around that made us $50, or $49.93. And then we came back to trade this later in the day, when it was coming up to this deviation point. The first time it hit it, we actually missed it, and ended up putting back around 10-15 cents. Hit it again, pulled back, and we traded it the next time it hit. So we hit it, traded it, shorted, kind of went up a bit. We got in actually a bit early at 455. That's because I think we entered on like a pullback candle, and then it ended up going a bit, so we averaged in just 100 more shares. I think we tried to get 250, only 100 got filled, but it knocked up our average to our deviation, so that was quite handy. Then we just waited for the fade down, got our fade down. As it took so long to break down, I didn't end up holding to the VWAP, even though that's what I was meant to do, or like that's usually the plan. So it ended up selling quite early. So we only ended up making around $36 on the second trade of this, where we should have been making around 50 again. But that's all fine. So next biggest one then is ARDX. We still have the deviations drawn out. So you can see we got a massive momentum candle. I quite like trading these, especially if it gets halted on this one candle. Reason for this is most likely it's not, it doesn't justify going up. I think this was what, like 10% or something. Oh, wrong drawing tool. So it's a crazy amount. 12% in 1 minute. I mean, there's no reason a stock should be going up that much. So usually when that happens, comes out the halt if there is one, and then we'll fade down. Exact thing that happened here. Ended up fading, so we got in at the actual whole dollar, which was 9. So we got basically the top of this move around here, went up to that $0.25 resistance, failed, so it started its breakdown, and we locked in our profits at 401. No, sorry, we didn't. That's a different stock. We locked in our profits at 875, which is all the way down here. So coming into the VWAP, and then you can see I think I missed it the first time and got it on the second time it hit the VWAP. Then I was waiting for it to break down, but it just kind of got weak. Well, not weak, but weak to my side, I guess. But a lot of buys started coming in, so I ended up just covering because I didn't look like it was going to fade down. It did eventually end up fade down to our 50 Fibonacci, which I was looking for, but it did require it to go back up quite a bit before fading down to there. So I ended up getting out, and that was for $55, which is still quite a good trade. Now CLEU, this was annoying to trade in the sense what we tried to do worked. It's just it got, let's see if it's still now. So when we got into this trade, obviously we could short it, it worked fine, we got our fill near enough instantly, but then and now there's 11k to short. There just was none available to short, so I got in with my size at 410, so on this candle here. I noticed that as soon as I got in, it no longer was shortable, so literally as soon as it pulled back, that's where I was looking to get out. So I was going to get at the 9, but I was like, okay, cool, we may actually bounce off the VWAP because it was higher up. So I had my exit at the VWAP, so that was at 401 at the time roughly. So basically got out near enough instantly. Would have been a nicer trade. I would have held through all this and more traded the fade down, but we just couldn't risk it, because if I can't average in, I can't control risk as well. So yeah, I kind of just had to either take a quick loss or a quick win. So decided to take the win in the end. So that's it for the trading day. Again, not too much news is happening. It may be because some new kind of uncertainty has come in. So obviously jpmorgan and Goldman Sachs released earnings yesterday. jpmorgan beat expectations by 47%. Can't remember what Goldman Sachs did, but also did beat expectations, and they did relatively well. And they're the two main banks, but they always seem to make money. Then you had Citibank and I think it was Bank of America had earnings today. Theirs weren't as great. They had a few losses. I think they still made money, but they had losses in credit losses. So that may be just creating some uncertainty right now. So we'll probably see a sell-off coming in tomorrow. Tomorrow I think we'll probably see another weekday. People will be selling a lot of their stock, maybe not wanting to hold into the weekend, because I think is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today is Thursday, yeah. So tomorrow, I believe in the morning, we have Bank of New York and is it Wells Fargo earnings, and I think they will be more of a dictation to see maybe if people are feeling confident or not. I think if they also report not great earnings, we'll probably have a sell-off on Friday and a weaker momentum because people weren't feeling as safe. If they do relatively well in earnings, I think we could see more volume coming into the market, and hopefully that will help with more with the momentum plays, because there will just be more opportunities to choose from. Because the problem we have right now is if there's not many opportunities to trade from, they all become short stale, or you can't really short them, especially on brokers like Interactive Brokers, because everyone's looking at the same stock. Whereas when there's a lot of momentum across a lot of different stocks, you know, people are trading different ones, so there's usually a lot more to short. So that's it for the recap. Hope the breakdown was good. If you've got any questions, let me know. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. That's it. Peace.